Simon from WhatCulture here with Matt Cross. How you doing today, Matt?
Doing all right. Good to see you.
Good, and you, Matt? How are you finding All In right now? Because we're kind of in the throes of it now on the Friday. The atmosphere is ridiculous. There's way more people here than I was expecting.
Yeah.
You've been around a long time. You've got a load of experience. And what does the whole event mean to you?
It means a lot. I've more or less dedicated my life to not just wrestling, but independent professional wrestling. So this to me feels like a celebration. It feels like the sacrifice I made over almost 2 decades. This is the reward. I used to come to Chicago 2 decades ago to do high-level competitive gymnastics events. I'd be so nervous. I'd be so worried. There was so much at stake. I don't feel that now. I just feel like this is a party. I hope everyone has that same, like what we are all doing, not just the wrestlers, but the fans, everyone. We've made a statement. This is a huge watershed moment. I think there's going to be before All In and after All In moving forward. So I just love being a part of this. And again, it feels like a blessing and a reward for the entirety of my career has been independent professional wrestling. This is like the crown jewel or celebration of that. So I'm just so happy to be involved.
So what do you think could happen after All In? Like you mentioned, it could be a seminal moment. So All In, I think it's going to be a success. I mean, just look around now. Even the Saturday at Starcast, the Friday at Starcast has been a success. So what changes? All In finishes. It's the show that we all expect it to be. Where do we go from there?
I mean, it just opens up so many doors as far as possibilities. There are so many different avenues now to disseminate information, and it just, who knows, with independent music and everything, it's just exciting because no longer do a few have the power over everything. Like we all grow up being told more or less that a certain group of people owns pro wrestling, and we all accept it, but they don't. And this weekend is proof. We own it. Yeah. You own it. I own it. Everyone here. We own this. And this weekend, we take it. We take it by force, and it's ours. And where we go with it, who knows? But this is just the tip of the iceberg, I feel like. I mean, 10,000 seat independent shows, I don't want to say it's going to be the norm, but no one thought this was going to happen, and here we are, and it's happening. So it's just amazing.
I want to talk about that as well, because no one thought it was going to happen. You said you've been doing this 20 years, and I imagine everybody comes across the stereotype, 6'3", 225, whatever it used to be. So I imagine you ran into that a lot. So where on earth, aside from just passion and motivation to do this, what made you continue rather than just throw everything up in the air and go, well, how do I break down this door, this glass ceiling?
I've thought about that a lot recently, because nowadays, if you get involved in independent professional wrestling, you can realistically hope and dream to go to WWE.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everything's changed. When I started back in 99, 2000, you couldn't. You literally couldn't. So I do sit down and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, and the only thing I come up with is I was insane. I was like, it's passion at a level that's because I'll do seminars now and people are like, how do we get to WWE? How do we do this? And sometimes I want to smash these kids because I'm like, what are you talking? When I got in, that was impossible. Yeah. Not improbable. Impossible. And yet I still pursued it full go. Like there was no other thing. But that's the kind of stuff that gets you to this level that makes these kind of events take place, because there was no other way. There was something inside of me that I had to get out, and that's what I've done for 2 decades.
That's amazing. So also you had the Tough Enough stuff as well, right? I mean, did that, because I don't say most people, but you would imagine if I wrote that story down, that could have been the thing that knocked you back, right? But it didn't. If anything, it made you go even harder, I guess.
Well, I knew it was a television show. I don't know if I'll ever watch reality TV again now that I've been a part of it.
Yeah.
The quote that was given to me by producers, which will forever be just burned into my brain, is, never again will we turn on a camera and see what happens. So that's all you need to know. And you think about union camera guys and lighting guys and sound guys. They're not going to be like,
you're just moving around, yeah.
Maybe they'll fight, maybe they'll... So everything is already... So of course I'm not going to let that deter me, because... And it helps when Stone Cold, who didn't need to obviously, called me after the show and he's like, look, you have what it takes. I believe in you. Don't let this show deter you. Don't stop. Keep going. And anything I can do to help you, I will. And to this day, he's been an amazing contact. So, I mean, So there's a big part of me that's like, I really wish I never did it. Then there's the equal other side of the coin that's like, I'm like half friends-ish with Stone Cold Steve Austin, so that wasn't going to happen any other way. So I guess it's worth it. So
cool. All right. So once All In's done, what's next for Matt Cross? What do you want to do? And what goals? I mean, it's in a positive way. What goals do you have left? You've done a lot of stuff.
That's a good and funny question. There's a group, Limitless in Maine, that just put together this really awesome 3-4 minute kind of retrospective, like mini documentary thing about me. And it was so good. It's on YouTube. That I was almost like, this is what you would release when the person dies. Like, not even retires, like, dies. And then I was like, am I done? Like, as I was
Maybe
watching
you're dead.
I was watching it, and I'm like, I think I'm done. Like, you couldn't add anything to it, or just be a little footnote of like, and this, but who cares? Because it's already been, the story's been written. So, to me, it's the journey, not the destination. And I know that's cliche, and I know that's lame, but it's so true. Because for years it was like, I gotta shoot for this, I gotta shoot for this. I'm shooting for this. Today is what? Awesome. Tomorrow's going to rule. Then I'm going back to Cleveland on Sunday. My buddy's having a pig cookout, pig roast. Then I go to Milwaukee on Friday, Seattle on Saturday. Joey Ryan is doing bar wrestling shows Wednesday, Thursday, back in Cleveland on Friday, Saturday, North Carolina, Sunday in Toronto. That's 5 days in a row. As an independent professional wrestler, that's like 8 out of 12 days wrestling around this country and Canada. So it's like, it's just unbelievable. And that's the kind of stuff, weekday shows I think are going to become the norm. These bigger monster shows are going to become hopefully more of the norm. So we can just stay busy on our own terms. From day one, I'm a punk. I like punk rock more than anything. It's my first love, it's my only love. I'm able to do what I love as a punk. Like, my buddies are putting on a show. They announced, a dozen of us, and it sold 10,000 tickets? My mom has never heard of any of us. My neighbor's never heard of any of us. We're all a bunch of nobodies. We're all a bunch of kids. Here's the dress code. I'm wearing an awesome t-shirt that's comfortable. I don't have to do, no one's pointing me in the direction of what I have to do, what I have to say. Just have fun and relax. And there's no, it's just, I don't know. So for me, it's just keep doing this and keep having fun. Like,
I'll go out on a limb and say you're not going to WWE anytime soon. That's my guess.
That was always my goal, so it still is. Because sure, it would be nice to
I'll take it back then.
No, it'd be nice to put that feather in my cap and be like, there, I did it. Especially nowadays. You know how hard it is I can't even watch. It's not watching, like, the takeovers, for instance. Outside of the females, and sometimes the females, I've wrestled every person. So I sit down to watch a 6-match, 7-match, 5-match card with all of my friends, all of who have not just wrestled, but had matches I'm very proud with. So it's so hard to be like, I want to go there and wrestle Ricochet, not because I think we could have a good match.
You know it.
Because I know it, and because we're in touch every week, and we're buddies. So it's like, I just want to, at this point, go where every one of my friends is and have sweet matches with all my buddies. And I think the culture there has changed as well. So, yeah, do I want to go there and have fun with my buddies? Sure. Of
course you do.
Because this world that I made my name in, and that means everything to me, will always be here, and I'll always be a part of it. So it's, whatever, let's all have fun.
I just want to say, man, your positivity and your passion is infectious. I love that. Thank you very much, Matt Cross, and good luck with everything in the future.
My pleasure.
Cheers,
My
dude.
pleasure. Right on.